Football is back, baby. Congrats to the Detroit Lions with that nice pelt on the wall beating the Kansas City Chiefs. The Jets are hoping they put a pelt on their wall on Monday Night Football. Let's get into it on Boy Green Daily. Let's go! Zoinks! It is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans. Field Yates, baby. Field gosh darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show. Come on, people. Connor Rogers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor gosh darn Sycamore, baby. For me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever been.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. Good morning, what's poppin', everybody? My name is Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. We're streaming live simultaneously in 3 different locations. The Heavy on Jets Facebook page to over 35,000 New York Jet fans. My YouTube channel, youtube.com/BoyGreen25, and on Twitter or X or whatever the hell that's called as well, at BoyGreen25. And without further ado, let's bring them in. We bring them in every single week. ESPN 98.7 superstar Ty gosh darn Butler slapping the glasses on. Very nice touch. Yes.
Yeah, man, I gotta bring it because I got some problems with you today. We're gonna go back and forth. I've been looking forward all week. All week. I've been ready.
Wow.
All week.
I'm honored. Okay. Yeah, let's get into it. Sure. You know what? Let me just throw it right over to you. What do we got? What's on your mind, my friend?
All right, so I know the Twitter poll question. Like first, I know it's you want to introduce that to the masses. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. Let me do that. Let me throw that up. Yeah. I appreciate you doing the job here because who knows where I would be without it. So let's throw up the poll wherever you guys are watching. There is an article link that you can click. And if you want to support the show, if you enjoy the show, hell, even if you hate the show, I don't care. Make sure you click the link and show your support. Feel free to do so. Here is the poll today. Every day we do have a poll of the day. And here it is. We sent this out last night. I'll set up the poll. I don't think Ty liked this very much. Do you like all the hype the Jets are getting ahead of the Bills game, or would you prefer they simply fly under the radar? Either we want all the smoke, baby, or prefer to sneak up on people because, and I guess I'll throw all of this in package together. Inside the article, you'll see a couple of things that show you the Jets hype of what people are saying. NFL.com predicted every game on the week 1 slate. The entire panel of people that picked the games all selected the Jets. That's also in the article down below. The obvious Super Bowl hype and things of that nature. So packaging all that together and a lot of Bills fans saying they've heard enough of this Jets hype kind of led ultimately to this question. But Ty, it sounds like you're not a fan. Go ahead. Please do tell.
So listen, the question, I mean, it's a good one. I would say that it's impossible to have a team, especially in this market, fly under the radar when you Aaron Rodgers. But my problem with you is I saw you on Twitter, Paul, and I love your Twitter engagement. And you're like, yo, if the Jets were able to run the ball with effectiveness the way that they did last year against this team, what makes you think they're not going to do that? They're going to blow the Bills out. And I'm like, hold up, bro. Hold up. You don't think the Bills have looked at tape? You don't think that the Bills, and I get the X factor, Leslie Frazier's gone, Sean McDermott's now calling plays on defense, but you don't think that they are going to come into this game more prepared than they were last year? I understand personnel questions. Their defense actually was number 2 in football. We were raving about the Jet defense. The Bills statistically were a better defense last year. My problem with this whole thing, and it annoyed me, I heard DJ Reed doing the whole 85 Bears thing. I understand embracing the expectations. I understand having a level of confidence because your team should be pretty good this year. But y'all haven't played a game yet. And my concern is not that I want you to fly under the radar, again, because I think that's impossible. But you have put such, a mark on your back. You have become the target of the NFL. It was so funny to me. I'm watching Good Morning Football. And the question is, who has the biggest target on their back? the Chiefs or the Jets? And I'm scratching my head. It should be Kansas City. I mean, they've been to 5 straight AFC Championship games that they've hosted. They've won 2 Super Bowls, been to 3. They've got the best quarterback in football. That should be the team. Somehow we're talking about the Jets having a target on their back, despite the fact that they've missed the playoffs 12 straight years, despite the fact that they haven't won a Super Bowl in 54 years. So I think we need to reel it back a little bit, man. Like it's exciting. We are, infused with enthusiasm. But hold up now. Let's not act like the Bills are, the little sisters of the poor. Let's not act like they're the doldrums of the NFL. Like, this is an elite team that could win a Super Bowl. So I understand the confidence. I understand the expectations. But let's reel it back in a little bit because, boy, the Jets got a lot of pressure on them on Monday night.
Oh, they absolutely do. And, we're going to have a certain Jets player on the roster on the show later today. So, guys, make sure you stay tuned to the channels because that player that will be joining us, sent out an interesting tweet. And I think he's right, of course, in this media market that you highlighted. And this player tweeted out and said that whether we beat the Bills on Monday or lose to the Bills, people are either going to say we're going to the Super Bowl, baby, or that this is an epic disaster. And he said, regardless of the result, neither of those things are actually true, but that's what people will be saying. So we'll explore that topic with him. But Ty, I appreciate you calling me out. I appreciate you saying, yo, what the hell was going on there? And I'm going to be honest, Ty. I'm going to be honest. So I sent out a tweet earlier than that this week, and I just wanted to see how people reacted to this tweet. And it was this. I said, if the Jets beat the Bills with Zach Wilson, if they nearly beat the Bills with the broken Mike White, what the hell do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to do on Monday Night Football? And a lot of Bills fans were very triggered by that, and they were diving in the comments. What a linear, stupid thing to say. Yeah, of course, we didn't improve at all, and I loved it. I loved how much interaction I got. I said, maybe I could do this again with a little twist. I said, hey, if James Robinson ran it down the Bills' throat, we got Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall, who, by the way, the Bills have never seen before because, unfortunately, Breece was hurt before both of those Bills contests last year. So what the hell do you think is going to happen? And once again, stir the pot, baby. The Bills fans started freaking out again, saying, what do you even mean? Well, James Robinson, he sucks. And I'm like, that's the point. Exactly. Yes. So, yeah, I'm just poking and prodding. But I will tell you, beyond that poking and prodding and jokes I love to have, I stand by my prediction. I believe the Jets are going to blow the gosh darn barn doors off the Bills. And here's why. I think the atmosphere is going to be electric. And Ty, it's your very station, ESPN 98.7 in New York. You guys are the home of the gosh darn Jets, baby. And I think the atmosphere is going to be so wild, so crazy. And the Jets will capitalize on that environment and all the obvious matchup advantages that I believe they have and get off to a quick lead. And all of a sudden, the Bills start panicking. They're like, holy crap, look at this crazy Jet thing. And then the snowball rolling down the hill, and the Jets are able to win. And my official score prediction is 31-12 of the Jets winning. I don't think the Bills are the little sisters of the poor, although that is a phenomenal phraseology. I have never heard that before, but I love it. Little sisters of the poor, pat on the head, very nice. I think the Jets are going to blow them out, and I don't think the Bills are a team, but things happen.
Here's the problem. It's, Steve Young has said, like, the first 4 weeks of the regular season is an extension of the preseason, especially now that no one's playing. So the Jets, when they take the field, like, yes, would it be awesome to have them get the ball, Rodgers marches them down the field for a touchdown? Sure. It's just that this unit with the offensive line and the weapons that they have at their disposal haven't played a single snap together. So now you're trying to figure out a rhythm, figure out, synergy on the fly in the biggest game of the season. It's the first game of the season at home, Monday Night Football, prime time. It's a lot. And this idea that the Bills are going to be rattled. I'm sorry, the Bills have played in playoff games. They've been to an AFC championship game. They've won this division 3 straight years. All they've done since Josh Allen, or, post his rookie season, all they've done since Josh Allen's second year has played in big games. Meanwhile, the Jets, Rodgers has, Lazard has, Cobb has, and then what else do you? Mecole Hardman, I guess, has this as well.
Jordan Whitehead, I guess, would be another one if you want to cherry pick guys that won Super Bowls with the Bucs and stuff. But I get your point.
A ton of experience on this team and together. And of course, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. That head coach, Robert Saleh, I like him. I've interviewed him. He's a great dude. We have no idea if he's a good head coach. So there are a lot of concerns heading into week one. And again, I'm a Jet fan. I'm jumping through the roof. I wake up today. I'm like, is it Monday yet? I'm excited. I just think that like the way we're treating this, there's already a lot of pressure on them. When I hear 85 Bears and all this nonsense, I'm like, man, you realize that you are becoming like the 2011 Miami Heat. Now they got to the finals, but when they did the not 1, 2, not 3, not 4, like that put a target on them. Every team, Denver hates the Jets. Bill Belichick wants to beat them. The Bills feel disrespected. I mean, the Chiefs got to be like, yo, we won the Super Bowl. They getting all this damn attention. So Miami's like, yo, we went to the playoffs. We beat the Jets last year. Like, how are they getting all the noise? So it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Shout out, by the way, to Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd. I love that Mavs team in 2011. Spectacular. So shout out to them. Another shout out. What a subtle flex by Ty Butler. I've, of course, interviewed Robert Saleh. A wink. I love the branding. Phenomenal. Absolutely terrific. Let me say this, Ty. Let's be honest with the Bills. They're a perennial loser, okay? We're celebrating participation trophies, 4 straight Super Bowls that they all lost, okay? And then even more recently, okay, the closest they got was the AFC Championship game, and then they've been regressing each year since. That's why people are saying that gosh darn window is closed. I don't know, man. I feel like, here's the thing. Dan Marino knows this better than anybody. He got a Super Bowl early in his career and then never went back. You never know. Every team, you got to hold on. And I love that quote. I think it was DJ Reed who talked about the urgency of like, it's not every year the Jets talking about themselves have a team like this. Who knows what next year is going to bring? So there is a sense of urgency in this Jets building. We need to win right now because tomorrow is not promised. For me, I think the Bills have continued. There are so many questions for me about the Bills. Tremaine Edmonds is gone. They did not replace him. Sean McDermott's taking over defensive play calling for the first time in 7 years. Assignment numero uno, Sean, Aaron Rodgers. Good luck, pal. So there you go. There's something. The offensive line is a freaking mess. Spencer Brown sucks. A cup of suck with extra suck. If he was ordering a meal at McDonald's, he'd say, yeah, I'll take suck, extra suck, hold the good, I'll take more suck. That's what Spencer Brown is at right tackle. He has a pair of saloon doors. He is one of those guys, I don't even know what the name is, but at the airport, whoop, whoop, yeah, go this way. This way. He's like a tour guide at the airport. I don't even know what that job is, but shout out to those people. Spencer Brown is a big-ass one of those guys. I don't know, man. I got massive questions about this Bills team heading in. And what about Josh Allen last year? Red zone turnover? He was Oprah Winfrey. You get a pick. You get a pick. You get a pick. Is that suddenly going to wave a magic wand go away? What about Stephon Diggs? What's going on there? It's all good in the hood? I don't think so. I got questions. Questions, sir.
I agree with you. The Bills do have a lot of questions. The Diggs thing that Josh Allen tried to sweep under the rug, I think is something to pay attention to. I hear you about, losing Edmonds and their offensive line. My problem is this, like us as Jet fans, like it was so ridiculous when, the rumors of Rodgers first surfaced and Jet fans are like, no, don't want him. He fails in the playoffs. And I'm like, you idiot. You root for a team that can't get to the playoffs. You are now chastising a guy that gets to the championship game and can't win. Like, how stupid is that? I also think it's ridiculous for us as Jets fans to look at the Bills and call them perennial losers. Who has the longest playoff drought in the 4 North American sports? Oh, yeah, that would be the Jets. Who has been since the Lyndon B. Johnson administration? Oh, yeah, that would be It's hard for me to, in this seat, especially if I'm you wearing a Jet hat, to say, oh, the Bills are perennial losers. Look at all these concerns. And then have the audacity to bring up their offensive line as if we're marching out there, the Cowboys' offensive line from, a couple years ago. Like, we've got Zach Martin up there. Like, we got Trent Williams on our line. That ain't the offensive line we have. So, look, I hear you. I understand what you're saying. I do think the Jets can win this division. I do think they'll win this game. All I'm saying is, like, we are talking as if we're the Chiefs. And we can't do that. We're talking as if we're the Eagles. You have to earn it. We got to see you actually go out there and win games. Because, look, that schedule, the first 6 games, toughest in football. Look at the defenses you're going up against. Look at the coaches you're going up against. And we have questions about the offensive line and questions about our head coach. So with that heading into the season, be excited all you want. Let's just not act like the Bills are some damn pushover.
And to your point, Chiefs and Eagles, both representatives of the Super Bowl, the Jets will play within the first 6 weeks. Week 4, Sunday Night Football. Week 6 will be the national game in that second window. So plenty of action certainly happening there. So, Ty, you say you don't want the Jets to talk as if they're the Chiefs or the Eagles or any one of these teams. How do you want them to talk? Talk like what? If you could cherry pick it, who do you want them to talk like?
No, it's fine to say, look, we want to. Can we start with, we want to be the best defense in the NFL? Do we got to go to the 85 Bears who allowed their opponents to score 12 points a game and won a Super Bowl? Like, do we got to go there? All I'm saying is this. Like, there are teams looking at you guys as if you're clowns. Like, we understand the talent and the potential. But can we – I'm not saying be humble. Where is that in sports? I'm saying have confidence, but be tempered. Do you hear – listen – here in New York, the story should really be the Giants, who won a playoff game last year. I understand Rodgers coming over changes that whole perspective. You hear anything coming out of the Giants locker room? Brian Dable is shutting that down. You think if Bill Belichick were the coach of this team, the Jets would be talking like this? So that's my problem. You got to earn it. You got to go out there and play football and win games. I'm not saying you can't have Super Bowl aspirations. I'm not saying you can't be confident and say you want to be the best defense in football. But to sit here and act like it is going to be given to you, like you just take the field and everybody's going to lay down, nah, I'm not with that.
By the way, Ty, let's just get into it because this is we talk only once weekly. So this will be our last conversation before the Jets end up playing the Bills here in a handful of days. Today is, again, Friday. We have the weekend of games, and obviously Jets-Bills finish off week 1 officially on Monday Night Football. What's your prediction? Score prediction? Any thoughts on the game? Feel free. Share, please.
So, last night actually got me a little bit nervous.
Oh.
Chiefs Lions, and look, no Kelsey, you can see the difference. Like early on, you didn't really see it, but then once late in the game, that's when Kelsey's the best tight end in football. But like, pay attention to him in crunch time. That guy, like, he's just on a different level. And Mahomes understands that he can get them to a level that no other team can get to. So last night got me nervous watching, man, the Chiefs at home, Lions come in with all this expectation. You saw Jared Goff after the game going like this, like, calling on the fans, like, y'all said we had no chance. I think the Jets do win Monday night. I think it'll be closer than you say. You say 31-12. I don't know if it's as high scoring. I'm going 27-24. I think the Jets pull it out. And, it's going to be fun because, yes, Rodgers' first game, the Jets fans are going to embrace him. But, Paul, you realize that this really counts as 2 wins. Like, it's a division game at home. So you go up 1-0 in the standings on Buffalo. You get Dallas coming in week 2. Like, this could start to trend toward you feeling like, and it's early, like, all right, we have at least for 1 week rose to the occasion and showed people what we can do. So I think they'll win 27-24. I just think we need to be a little us as fans need to calm down a little bit.
That's fair. And also, you're the only person that's pointed that out this week, and you're 100% right. No matter what happens with New England, who, by the way, has Philadelphia and Miami, who has the Chargers, like, win, lose, whatever, it would be, in theory, a first-place tie. It doesn't matter. If the Jets win their game, they're on top. And, of course, by stepping over the Buffalo Bills, obviously the other 2 teams are not playing divisional games. So you're right. This counts as a discount double check twice. You play the Bills again. That one will be on the road in Buffalo. So, in theory, I think a realistic expectation heading into the season is a split with Buffalo. You did it last year with Zach Wilson. If you do a split this time, you got to think that this one is more likely because it's at home. There's no Von Miller. So I'm hoping, I'm going to be honest, Ty, it actually had the reverse effect on me. Last night's Lions-Chiefs game made me go, wow, look how different the Chiefs look without Chris Jones. Look how different the Chiefs look without Travis Kelce. The Bills might look a little different without Von Miller. That all of a sudden revved me back up. I'm like, okie dokie. Yes. Can they rush the passer without a guy named Von Miller? I don't know. The analytics from last season say they cannot. They are stark. With Von Miller, they're a top 5 pass rush unit. Without him, they're kicking around borderline top 20 in sack and pressure percentage. So to me, for an offensive line that you raised questions about, and rightfully so, I feel a lot better about it that they're not facing against Von Miller. That seems like a game changer.
Yeah, it is a game changer. And by the way, back to the Chris Jones thing, his
Yeah,
stock. The Chiefs know they can't win a Super Bowl without him. I put this on Twitter. What do you think Chris Jones was rooting for last night watching that game?
You know what he was. You know what he was rooting for.
But
That's good for business. Come on.
But he's watching Jared Goff carve them up on that drive that gave them the lead. He's like, "Oh yeah, baby, yeah, baby."
Agent, give him a text. Give him a text, agent. 100%. 100%. Because again, if they win and let's say they crush and this quote unquote potent Lions offense looks like crap, then I'm like, Chris Jones, pressure on you, pal. We're going to stick by our offer. It's firm. Now it's like, whoa. Like the overreaction for the Chiefs. I saw Chiefs fans going, we need to trade for Mike Evans immediately. Kadarius Toney sucks. I'm like, well, I told you Kadarius Toney sucked before that game, but that's reaffirmation, I suppose, for you. But people overreacted to it 100%. You are 1,000%.
Problem. Kadarius, he did all that chirping going at Giants fans after they won the Super Bowl. And then for you to have that performance, like he literally lost them the game.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if you saw the screen grab of the ball being in his hands prior to it coming out and bouncing into the hands of I forget the D-back for
Brian Branch. Yeah.
Up getting hurt. Yeah, Branch. It was in his hands. He caught the ball and then all of a sudden it's no longer in his hand. He lost the game for them clearly.
Hey, Ty, I don't know if you have a crystal ball as we're wrapping up the show. You do wonderful radio, ESPN 98.7. Again, you're a superstar. When people start listing off, who are the stars and the franchise players, they go Ty Butler. Oh, yeah, that Michael Kay show. They start naming some of the people that are somewhere on that list. And I have to tell you, with your crystal ball, is any Kadarius Toney content coming on the airwaves today? Do you believe on any of those shows? Do you think? Maybe.
Oh, yes. I thought you meant it's Kadarius Toney going to be putting out videos. Oh, yeah. They're going to be going at him. You know they were watching that game with a smile on their face. And look, I would be too. Yeah. With all the chirping that he did and how it didn't work out here, Joe Schoen, the GM of the Giants, looks like a genius right now.
That he does. I can't believe he got the picks he did, quite frankly. I know he was originally a first-round pick, but with the swapping of general managers and things, you think the value is super low. But the Chiefs always get the benefit. Oh, yeah, sweet. They stole Kadarius Toney. Well, we all saw what they stole.
Yeah.
Interesting nonetheless. He definitely lost in that game. Ty, before we get you out of here, any mic drop, any final thoughts? Because like I said, this will be our last chance to hear from you, at least on this show. Of course, we'll hear from you on 98.7 leading into Monday Night Football and the Jets coverage. But any final nugget or anything you'd like to share in this Jets-Bills matchup before we get into it on Monday?
Yeah, make sure you guys tune in. Brandon Jacobs and yours truly will be hosting a show on 98.7 ESPN 11 prior to Giants kicking off action. So we'll be previewing that game, previewing the Jets game. No, final thoughts is I'm excited that we've been waiting for this for a very long time. And it's the first time in a while. Like, think about the last time you came into a season this hype, this energized, this enthusiastic. And I feel like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth. I'm just saying, like, let's not forget who the competition is. And I think they'll beat the Bills. I just don't know that it'll be, in such embarrassing fashion that you laid out. But I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to talking to you next week, hopefully reacting to a win. Because then you got a Cowboys team that could be the number one defense in football. Yeah, that was a top 4 offense in football last year as well. So I'm excited. The schedule is tough, but it means, like, think about this, Paul, real quick. Like, people keep worst case scenario with the Jets, right? Like, 2-4 doesn't kill you. 3-3, you'll take it. What if they go 4-2, man? Like, that would be incredible. Like, to get through these first 6 games above 500, and now you've got the softer part of your schedule coming up, bye week Giants, and then all of that taking place. So I'm looking at hopefully this team can go 4-2 because you really want to get that first round bye. If you yourself in to get the first round bye, and I'm looking 4 months down the line, but it just shows you how the gravity of these games in this conference.
Yeah, and just to add, I've heard a lot of people say exactly what you're saying. 2-4, 3-3, survive. I don't have that loser's mentality. I'm thinking the other way. I'm like, wow, this is a great opportunity just to plant the flag and go, to your point, a 4-2, a 5-1. Who knows? Obviously, it's a lot of talented teams, and week by week. We got to see how it all plays out. But I'm not having no losers mentality.
Well, I hope they squeak it out and kind of figure it out and reset when the opponents get weaker. Screw all that garbaggio. Hell no. No, let's booyah. Let's punch them right in the face and let's go. Because, again, if the Jets beat the Bills, and I want to make this clear, whether it's your score, Ty, or my score, or any made-up score, I don't give a flying hoot. If they're 1 point up, excellent. I will take it and move on. Slap the cheeks. Let's head to Dallas. That's my hope. So, yeah, let's go. Love it, Ty. It's going to be amazing. You and Brandon Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs is a hulking size of a man, so that's going to be a phenomenal combination. Ty and Brandon Jacobs. That's something I'd want in my backfield. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
quite
sir.
frankly, Brandon Jacobs and any other body would probably be solid. But you know what? Brandon Jacobs and Ty Butler, that's not too shabby coming out of the backfield. Love it, Ty.
Looking forward to it, man. I'll be texting you on Monday. We'll be talking about the game. I am so excited for this week. I'm so pumped.
It's going to be amazing. Guys, make sure you show your support both for Ty Butler. You can follow him on Twitter at Ty D Butler. Make sure you guys like the video here on YouTube and interact as well with the article down below. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 and later today. Stay tuned to the social media channels, YouTube in particular, for my interview with a Jets player ahead of Jets Bills. Looking forward to that. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.